Here's your First Warn Weather forecast first, sponsored by Anderson Collision Center. Visit driveanderson.com.
It's another warm summer day across the state line today. Temperatures have made their way into the mid and upper 80s for some of us. We actually made it to 88 in Rockford briefly. We're now sitting at 86 there. We are at 88 in Janesville, 86 in Sterling, 85 in both Rochelle and in DeKalb. But we hold on to a lot of the sunshine. Still clear skies outside of some lingering wildfire smoke. However, the gradual increasing cloud cover will continue to be expected as we head through the night tonight, ahead of the remnants of Hurricane Francine starting to work a bit closer to us. This keeps our temperatures a little bit warmer. We only drop into the low 60s this time around, and we still hold on to warm temperatures though tomorrow afternoon. Gradually, rain chances may work their way into the state line as we head toward the weekend from the hurricane's remnants. I'll time out when we could see our best chances for any rain showers coming up in your most trusted forecast a little later.
Right now at 5, Rockford police announce an arrest after a lockdown. The woman who allegedly brought cocaine into an elementary school.
Plus, Harlem High School announces new rules for its Friday night football games. The policies now in place to keep students safe.
And nominations open to recognize outstanding teachers. Today's kickoff for the Golden Apple Foundation.
Live from WTVO 17, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Wendell Edwards. We thank you for being here. Tonight, we now know why a local elementary school was forced into lockdown yesterday. What the district called just a disruptive visitor has now been identified.
Rockford police tell us 33-year-old Shakita Barfield has been taken into custody. Police say yesterday morning, Barfield met with a staff member at Welsh Elementary. During that meeting, bags of cocaine fell out of her pocket. They were then picked up by the staff member. Barfield was asked to leave and then started a fight with that staff member. Police were called. The fight locked down the school for over an hour. The staff member sustained multiple injuries, although they are not life-threatening. Barfield faces charges of possession of cocaine and battery of a school employee.
A no-show in court today for the accused Highland Park parade shooter. Attorneys for Robert Crimo III say he refused to be transported from jail for his hearing this morning. They did not give a reason why. The judge reminded his attorneys a failure to appear in court will not delay this case. He faces 7 counts of first-degree murder in connection with that shooting that also injured 48 people. In June, he rejected a plea deal that would have allowed him to be sentenced to just his natural life in prison. More hearings are set for next month. The trial date is tentatively set for February 25th.
The U.S. Department of Justice announces a federal sentencing of a Rockford gang member. Rogelio Ibarra has been sentenced to over 6 years in federal prison. He pleaded guilty to distributing cocaine earlier this year. Ibarra was a leader of a street gang in Rockford and admitted to trafficking drugs to fund gang activities in 2021 and 22. He also admitted to possessing 5 illegal firearms before selling them to someone else. The Friday night lights at Harlem High School will be a bit more secure. School administrators announced new rules for attendees at their football games.
These changes comes after that chaos and fight at that game against Auburn last week. Tonight, Eyewitness News reporter Blake Dietz learned about these new policies today. And Blake, the new rules are designed to keep students safer?
Yeah, that's right, Wendell. Mimi, Harlem school officials tell me this was a collaborative decision from parents, coaches, players, and staff to create a safer environment for everyone. Those policies, beginning with Friday's game against Hananiga, include mandating students to show their school ID, barring students from entering after games have started, and restricting student fans to the bleachers, along with increased police presence. Harlem High School Principal Jeremy Boyce says the policies are primarily targeted towards students he says aren't there for the game.
We want to make sure there's individuals who are here for other reasons, just not to do that. You know, this is not a place that's just generally open to the public. It's here for a football game. So we want people to come, enjoy the game, see the band, see the cheerleaders, see the dancers, have some fun, see what Harlem High School is all about. All of the stuff that's just kind of hanging out, that kind of thing, that's really not what it's for. It's for enjoying the game, seeing our hardworking young people do their thing.
I'll have more on how the district decided to implement these policies and what to expect. That's all coming up at 6. Wendell.
Blake, we will see you then. Thank you. Rockford residents get the chance to learn more about housing in the area. Today was the inaugural All Housing Summit. It was hosted by the Rockford Housing Authority with several local partners attending as well. The resource fair provided information about affordable housing to both landlords and those looking to buy a home. The Housing Authority says it's important to let people know about the complexities of home ownership.
We know there's a lot of times there's people that are looking everywhere in this area for housing, and with what we do here with affordable housing, we wanted to make sure that everybody knows, what are some things. Some people are going to be looking for houses soon, so what are possibly some barriers? So we have some legal teams and different things here to eliminate those.
The Rockford Housing Authority has been working with the community for more than 70 years.
Today, Illinois senators announced federal funding coming to the Rockford Airport. Tammy Duckworth and Dick Durbin secured more than $37 million for airports across the state, including nearly $8 million coming to Rockford. The funding is from the Federal Aviation Administration. It will go towards reinforcing a taxiway, the paths that connect runways together. The taxiway being reconstructed is currently over 30 years old. The construction will support both cargo and passenger flights. The airport says all operations will stay the same throughout the construction process.
This funding allows us to continue to stay in front of our users, to provide, the pavement on the airport, trying to extend the useful life of it. So this just allows us to maintain our operations and continue to grow our operations.
Construction on the new taxiway will begin sometime next year.
Illinois announces a new way to pay at the DMV. Now it will accept digital wallet payments. That includes Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, and Google Pay. The programs use credit card information stored on your smartphone instead of the traditional card for contactless payments. The Secretary of State's office says digital payments are just more secure. Secretary of State Alexi Danulius says the change reinforces his commitment to improving customer service at the DMV by keeping up to date with new technology.
Nominations are open for an annual award recognizing teachers who go above and beyond in the state line. Today, the Golden Apple Foundation delivered apples to teachers at over 150 schools in Boone and Winnebago counties. Rockford University baseball players helped load cars with the apples. This morning, the fruit was donated by Schnucks. Each teacher and each school received an apple and also included information about how to nominate deserving teachers. A former Golden Apple winner now volunteers for the foundation and says it's important to recognize outstanding efforts.
One thing we do, one of our missions, is to recognize teachers and all the good things they do. Teachers sometimes don't get a lot of notoriety and accolades and things like that. This is a way for us to recognize teachers now because we know they're doing hard work. We know they're in the classroom. They're working evenings and weekends.
Golden Apple nominations can be made for teachers who've demonstrated a significant and positive impact on their students' growth and learning. Still to come, both back on the campaign trail after Tuesday's debate.
The presidential candidates' messages for voters in the key battleground states.
And coming up at 6, a new warning from the Better Business Bureau, how they say to respond to fake emergency scam calls.
Our temperatures have warmed into the mid and upper 80s today. We made it to 88 in Rockford. We are going to continue that warm stretch as we head through the weekend, but it may come with more cloud cover and some rain chances. I'll time out when we could see our best chances for any rain coming up in just a few minutes.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Mimi Murphy, Wendell Edwards, Scott Leber, and meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
Former President Trump announces in a social media post that he will not debate Vice President Harris again.
This comes as Attorney General Merrick Garland is defending his department's work after the debate. Perry Russum is in Washington.
Today, Attorney General Merrick Garland defending the Department of Justice.
The public servants of the Department of Justice do not bend to politics.
Garland says the DOJ will not allow the U.S. to become a country where law enforcement is treated as an apparatus of politics. It comes after former President Trump accused the department of being weaponized against him during the debate on ABC.
It's called weaponization. Never happened in this country. They weaponized the Justice Department.
Garland speaking directly to DOJ employees.
You deserve better. You deserve gratitude.
Both Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris claiming victory after Tuesday's debate.
you know, when you win, you don't really necessarily have to do it a second time. So we'll see.
Today, Trump and Harris back on the campaign trail with rallies in battleground states. Trump in Arizona, Harris in North Carolina. The Harris campaign says the vice president is now entering a more aggressive phase on the campaign trail.
Are you ready to get back on the campaign trail?
Harris giving a thumbs up. Trump continues to face backlash for pushing baseless claims during the debate, including one about immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, eating people's pets. The city manager there says that did not happen. Republican Governor Mike DeWine on CBS today.
This is something that came up on the internet, and the internet can be quite crazy sometimes. And look, the mayor, Mayor Rue of Springfield says no, there's no truth in that. They have no evidence of that at all.
After Taylor Swift endorsed Harris online and posted a link to vote.gov, the website saw an influx of visitors, more than 400,000 views in less than 24 hours. It typically has about 30,000 views a day. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Here in the state line, we saw some heat today. Temperatures made it into the upper 80s.
Yeah, it was hot. Now, Jordan, let us know when these temperatures will cool down. His full forecast is next.
Now, your First Warn weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
We have had lots of sunshine across the state line over the last couple of days, and that has been aided with some summer-like warmth, where temperatures have made their way well into the 80s for multiple days in a row. However, that's starting to become a bit of a change, at least for our cloud cover. We're starting to see a bit more of that starting to work its way in, as shown here with our Mercy Health SkyTrack camera overlooking Rochelle. And that's where we're seeing mostly the cloud cover coming off of the remnants of Hurricane Francine, which is well down to our south. Locally, we haven't seen much in the way of thick cloud cover, especially in those lower levels, but gradually speaking, the upper level cloud cover starting to rise and starting to really thicken up. The remnants of Hurricane Francine still sitting well down to our south, producing some rain showers now in far southern Illinois. Locally, we haven't seen much in the way of cloud cover and likely not going to see much in the way of the rain showers, at least in the widespread fashion, down to the south. We also see where the cloud cover is where temperatures are a bit cooler. Down in far southern Illinois in the 70s, but across northern Illinois, we've made it into the 80s, and that's where many spots here sit right now. We're at 86 in Rockford, 82 now in Poplar Grove and in Harvard, 84 in DeKalb, 88 in Janesville, 84 also the current temperature in Dixon. Our weather watcher Jim on the southwest side of Rockford reporting 84 degrees for his current temperature, 53 for his dew point. Through the night tonight, the dew point normally would allow our temperatures to fall very close to where those dew points are at. And we're only going to fall into the 60s this time around, down to 61 because of that gradual increase in cloud cover. So that will lead to a slightly warmer overnight than the 50s that we've seen over the last few nights. We're back up to 84 though for tomorrow afternoon underneath partly sunny skies. Still seasonably warm for this time of year, given our average high temperature is around 77 for this time of year and today's date. So our winds will be a little bit stronger though out of the east-southeast, gusting close to 20 miles per hour. The warm stretch has also been paired with a really dry stretch as of late. Our last rainfall actually coming in the end of August, and that has led to abnormally dry conditions across the state line. The latest drought monitor coming out, placing much of the state line outside of our southwestern portions underneath those abnormally dry conditions. And as I mentioned, it's been a while since we've seen some real measurable rain over a trace. The last time that we saw that was August 29th. And therefore, our September rainfall only a trace amount, leading to around 1.5 inches of rainfall deficit so far this month. And August was around 2 inches of rainfall deficit. So you pair those two together, we're about 3.5 inches shy of where we should be just between September as well as going back to the early part of August. Already the top 10 driest start to September, and we may continue to see pretty dry conditions sticking around. The remnants of Hurricane Francine gradually working their way up, only leading to an increase in cloud cover tomorrow. Rain showers remain well to the south. For Saturday, we may see some spotty showers, but I think even then our coverage is going to be pretty well limited because we still have a lot of dry air in the mid and low levels of the atmosphere to work through before any of that rain would reach the ground. Same case for Sunday, although by then I think we at least work some additional rainfall down to the surface. Not likely going to bring much in the way of measurable rain though. I think more than likely our highest potential totals may only reach close to a half of an inch of rain for both Saturday and for Sunday combined. We hold on to the warm stretch as well. 84 for Friday, 83 for Saturday and for Sunday, and still holding on to the warm afternoons and warm overnights compared to average as we head through the week ahead.
Thank you very much, Jordan.
Wisconsin next with sports.
The Bears will try to jumpstart their offense this weekend on national TV.
And Scott breaks down the Cubs wildcard playoff outlook.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
Well, the Bears hope that Caleb Williams' transition into the NFL as a rookie would come as smoothly as C.J. Stroud's did last year with the Texans. The two of them will be on the same field Sunday night in Houston. And Stroud did not look at all like a rookie last year while leading the Texans deep into the playoffs. Williams, though, looked every bit like a rookie last week in the Bears opener against the Titans. He passed for only 93 yards. He had several passes batted down and a few overthrows. The Bears' offense managed only 148 yards total. Williams knows he has to pick up his play.
It's not throws that I usually miss throughout all the time that I've been playing quarterback and all the practice that I've had and you go and watch. It wasn't necessarily week 16 for even the guys that have been playing ball for 10, 15 plus years. It's always going to be a little rough patch. So understanding that, maintaining your confidence, if not growing it. Because obviously, realizing that you can, keep getting better.
And the offense could struggle again this week because receivers Rome Odunze and Keenan Allen will not be 100%. Both were limited in practice again today. Allen with a heel injury, Odunze with a sprained knee. Several key Packers are still banged up. Running backs Josh Jacobs and Marshawn Lloyd, defensive tackle Kenny Clark, and linebacker Quay Walker were all limited in practice. The Packers host the Colts Sunday at noon, and we will have that game on Fox 39. Now, Saturday on Fox 39, we got a big college football game coming your way with that other team just north of us, the Badgers, hosting 4th-ranked Alabama in Madison. That's an 11 a.m. start time Saturday. The Cubs have tonight off. They're taking a deep breath before diving back into the wild card chase tomorrow night in Colorado. Their 10-8 loss last night to the Dodgers leaves the Cubs 5 games behind the Mets in the race for the last wild card spot in the National League. And the Braves are 4 games ahead of the Cubs, also trying to overtake the Mets. There are only 16 games left in the regular season for the Cubs, so overtaking the Braves and Mets will be very difficult for them. But the Cubs have one big thing going for them, a soft schedule. Their next 3 games are against the woeful Rockies, then they play 3 against the A's, and 4 against the Nationals. Those 3 teams combined have won only 42% of their games. The Cubs will have a tough series against the Phillies after those opponents, and then they will finish up with the Reds, so we will see. That's sports. We'll be right back.
The First Warning Interactive Radar brought to us by Rockford Glass & More, continuing to show clear skies we have that will last through the night tonight. Not much in the way of rainfall chances here in the short term, but as we get closer to the weekend, we may see at least a few scattered showers try to work into the forecast as we head through Saturday and for Sunday. Not much in the way of meaningful rain, though, and still holding on to dry conditions early next week.
Thank you, Jordan.
And thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 6.